or I just wanted to win the NCAA championship because I wasn't able to compete against men. We should call them a cheater. He said on ESPN, I just wanted to be happy. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of happy cheaters out there. That's why we have standards.
I feel like you're giving a lot more malicious intent to these individuals.
But it's irrelevant. They're doing something evil. It doesn't matter if they think they're doing good. The Nazis thought they were doing good. Every evil force in it.
I think you're giving a little more malicious intent to these individuals. Yeah. No, the fuck. I thought it was malicious when I saw the damn man in the dress kicking the lady in the damn face, punching her in the face and everything because he done joined the women's, what's that junkie? What is it called when they be fighting? This man that is labeling himself as a woman and fighting in championships with women. He literally almost broke, he fractured one of the women's freaking skull after cracking it over his goddamn knee. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, nah, man. Like, nah, yeah. And I always was like, I'm not going along with people's delusion. You know, I'm not going along. Now, you can be whatever it is that you want to be. You should never judge unjustly. But something you have to judge. I mean, you got to judge if you gonna buy a certain car or a house or not. You got to judge whether you want to go eat at this restaurant. You got to judge. Like, there are certain things that you have to judge, but there's a different type of being judgmental. Ignorantly judging people like, you know, back in the days, racist, you know, a black person is not human type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yet they calling y'all reptilians. You know, what if we start pushing that shit? That you're actually fucking lizards at the end of the goddamn day. It's like, so are you 100% goddamn human? We are supposed to not judge each other. We're supposed to allow a person to live their life. You should be able to do anything that you want to do. It should not be affecting anyone else. Once it starts to bring harm or starts to affect other people, that is when there is a problem, okay? So to me, I feel like a person should live the way that they want to live. You know, I can't tell a woman that, you know, if she feels like she's a man, which, like I stated, you're spirit and you need to be above the body. That's what I teach. So I don't quite understand people that see themselves as these fleshly meat suits and put so much goddamn emphasis on it. Who am I to tell somebody else, you know, what they are? You have some people that don't see themselves as spirits or energy. They see themselves as this fleshly meat suit that they look in the mirror every freaking day, you know? And it's like, I feel like a woman on the inside, and I don't know what is a woman on the inside. Like, on one of my old pages, and I was asking the LGBTQ community, I was like, are you guys led by the spirit or are you led by the body? You know, I really wanted to ask that. Like, are you led by the spirit or are you led by the body? Because Jesus teaches to be above the body. And a lot of old ancient teachers from Buddhas and all, they teach about being above the body, you know. And that inherently is what is going to help your soul to ascend, you know. Because everything is about growth. You don't want to stay stagnant in your spirit. People be like, let me live in my truth. Are you living in your truth or are you living in your trauma? And you living in your trauma is not going to help you. And if the reincarnation cycle is real, as they state, and they state that you cannot heal your traumas after you're dead because your traumas weren't created in your spiritual form. Your traumas were created within the physical form. So you're going to have to heal all of your traumas, hence why that's a part of the reincarnation cycle. So they say that after we die, we end up going to another realm, and this realm is kind of like heaven. And it's like we're on the best vacation that we could ever possibly wants to be on, because our spirit is resting from being in this low vibration, because our spirits are meant to be in high vibration, in unconditional love with the supreme being of God, where it has always been, until, you know, things start going a little haywire in this realm. People start messing around with stuff. Love, that is unconditional love for yourself, and that's unconditional love for others. If you are a man and you think that you're supposed to be a woman, you're not loving yourself. You're not loving the being that you are in this world. Yeah, you could have possibly been a woman in your past life, but now there's something that you need to learn in this life life as a man. And that can be also connected to the karmic cycle, because some of your traumas could be things that you created with people. Like, for an example, you have a lot of men out here that want to be players. You know, you are leaving all these trauma-based, karmic-based situations that you're inherently going to have to end up facing. All of those people that you hurt, all of those women that you're leaving trauma-based, and you think that you can just cut off your phone or change your number and just move to another woman, you know, all of those spirits are inherently going to come back to you. They're eventually going to come back to you in this life or in another life. And sometimes your enemy can follow you into another life, and your enemy can end up being your mama, your daddy, your wife, your husband, or even your freaking child. And there's something that you inherently needs to learn from that. And maybe that person, there's something that wasn't resolved within your past life. So there's going to be conflict with spirits. And sometimes it can be the closest spirits to you or the spirits that brought you into this world. And there's something that you inherently need to heal and drop judgment and show unconditional love. That friend that robbed you in this life, that you, oh, that's what they get, they in jail now, this is that and the third. No, baby, that was you that robbed somebody in the past life. So you forgiving them is inherently forgiving yourself, and that is healing that part of your karmic cycle, that is healing a part of your trauma. Okay. So, yeah, this y'all gets deep, man. But this man right here, some of us are, you know, Jesus was the spirit of truth. There is a such thing as truth. You know, I know some people want to be like, well, your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth. No, there is an inherent thing that is called truth. Okay. Dark and light both exist. That's true. A person can argue with me right now and be like, well, you can believe what you want to believe, what you want to believe. Okay, what the hell ever. Dark and light both exist. Feminine and masculine both exist. That's a truth. Okay. So I think that's another thing too with society, and when you're talking to people that are elementary and they just don't go that freaking far. You'll have people that want to have these types of debates. Well, you should let them be who they are, and you should not be saying anything on it, and you're just demonizing them. And this is a lot of the stuff that this man is saying, some of it could be inherently a part of bias mixed up with truth. Because he definitely spilling some truth. And truth hurts. People don't want to hear the truth. They want to live in their delusion. Okay? Now, like I said, everyone has the right to live how they want to live. Everyone has the right to live. You have no right to tell another person how they should live. And this also goes for the LGBT community. You cannot be passing laws, okay, you know, to where you can play sports with women and you cracking open their damn skulls and shit, knowing you got this inherent extra testosterone and you're not a fucking woman. You still have, when a male is born, he is born with the XY chromosome. When a woman is born, she is born with an XX chromosome. I don't care how much you change your outside appearance, you still have an XY chromosome. Now, people should inherently let people live the way that they want to live. That's a part of the divine teachings. That is literally God's law. God's law, free will. Hence why nobody ain't coming back to save you. Jesus ain't coming back to save nobody. You have to save yourself, because Jesus cannot make you leave slavery if you want to stay in it. Like if you sleep and you believe that I have my life is so great and this is that, and I'm building up my generational wealth and I'm contributing to the beast system, and the beast system hasn't turned on me. So, you know, because that's mostly like most people go to church and be like, yeah, Jesus is coming back, but coming back to save you from what? You got to be specific. You don't even know that you in a damn matrix and that you trapped in a reincarnation cycle. In this world, even a person that's enslaved, like look at the Holocaust. Look at the slave trade. Kanye West said, you've been enslaved for over 400 years. At this point, it's a choice. That was some real shit. You are. Everything is a choice. Most people are like, well, if we wouldn't have did what they did, we would have died. Okay. You had a damn choice. You got a choice to fight back, or you got a choice to allow somebody to put your ass in slavery. You literally have a choice. Now, are they giving you two ultimatums? Like either you choose this one or you choose that one. You don't want neither one. You don't want to die or you don't want to be enslaved. So you can choose one. You could be like, you know what? I choose to allow you to enslave me. You know? And my dad would say stuff like, well, that's easier said than done, because if you're getting beat with whips and this, that, and the third. I said, okay, so they were fear-mongering them. No different than how they fear-monger us today. Had all the people go out and inject some crap in their body. They didn't even know what the hell it was and didn't even try to question the shit, really. You had a lot of people that didn't even try to freaking question the shit.